So it's speaking of Rich, it is your birthday
Let's
weekend, the tail end of
let's
your
let's
birthday
go
weekend.
Von Hayes.
Oh my God, Von Hayes! I haven't heard anybody say the Weasel's name in a long time.
I like it.
But happy belated birthday, bud.
Thank you. I just found
welcome.
boxes waiting for me outside my door.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very
No
much.
problem. Did you open them?
27, Rich?
I did, yeah, 27 in a
Okay.
row. No, it's 37.
That's 37 in a row.
I am 41.
Wow, nice.
It feels a lot like 40 did.
Yeah, I want to say we're not too far off because I just turned 40 back in March. So
Yeah, I'm the old one.
Yeah.
You're like 910.
Fuck you. You know, I don't think we cursed the entire time.
We didn't.
Oh, as soon as I got on.
Yeah, Rich gets on. And then you're the one that says it.
Yeah, and it's me. Well, of course it's me. I mean, if any of us, who was the one that got in trouble in fourth grade for calling somebody a motherfucker on the playground?
Tisk. Can't do that.
You know.
I just got back from my wonderful 2-hour drive with my dog and unloaded the car, grabbed the scotch, and hopped on.
Nice.
How's Enzo doing?
He's good. He played with his cousin. That would be his cousin all weekend.
Nice.
My brother's little tiny dog. This dog like jumps all around him and stuff, and then Enzo plays hard with her. The last couple of times he like limped for 2 weeks after playing with her. So this time he seems to be okay. So we'll see. We'll see how he does.
So my mom has this ancient little Chihuahua, and my dad just got a golden doodle puppy, and the golden doodle puppy wants to play with the little Chihuahua, and she keeps on coming over and like stepping on him, but he's got displaced kneecaps or some bullshit, like an old man, and so he can't do it, and so the puppy's always getting yelled at. No, don't walk on him. Stop walking on him.
Yeah, my parents' Golden's 9, and Enzo's 1.5 years, and Enzo will try to play with her, but she doesn't want anything to do with it, so she kind of growls at him, and he backs off a little bit because he's just a wuss. He's a big. It's like baby Huey with a dog. 112 pounds.
We were camping last night, and like Cub Scout camping, so like actual, good old school tent, but we brought our dog along, which should never be around children, but he's so old now that he like can't really see or hear. So
kind of like Richie, just shouldn't be around children.
Yes. Well, there's a
Is it the same thing?
Shouldn't be around and legally cannot be around children.
In his younger days as a puppy, he had a tendency to nip at smaller human beings. So yeah,
that's
racist. If you were an adult, you were fine, but yeah. No.
Well, that's my dad's dog bit my mom's ass the other day.
Your mom has a donkey?
That was terrible. Drink more.
Okay.
Good. I like
it. A little subdued. Like I said, 2-hour drive. So
that's a good one.
We did get like 2 hours at the beach, which was nice. And
nice.
It was like dead for some reason. I don't know why it was so empty today.
You down Ocean
Sunday and stuff.
Nah, they live in Cape May.
Okay, May. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she lives in North Cape May, but we drive to the Wildwood beaches because they're free and the people aren't prudes.
Douchebags.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, I can't say that. I like Cape May Beach. Well, I really like Cape May Beach because it's like little rocks.
Yeah, it's a different kind of sand. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that better because it doesn't get in your butthole.
Fair enough.
That was one we took a trip like 10 years ago. It was funny, Bob. This when we first time we went and visited you down in Florida, or like as a family anyway. We stopped at the beach there in North Fort Myers, and then we went to the Jersey Shore.
Wait, Fort Myers Beach?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. If you went to a beach in North Fort Myers,
Fort Myers. Yeah.
I was gonna say because if you went to a North Fort Myers beach, it was somebody's like trailer that was leaking the sewage tank, dude. They lied to you.
You said North Cape May, and the North stuck with me. So we did Fort Myers, then we did Jersey Shore, so Ocean City, and then in the same, like within the same 10 days, we went up to a beach in Massachusetts. And it's really neat to see the difference in because Massachusetts was like complete, like you just said, but it was more like, quarter sized to $half sized, like real smooth pebbles and rocks. And it was really neat. But it was like people were enjoying it the same. So it was kind of cool.
That's really strange to me. I can't imagine going and it's actual rocks. Like, are they putting out like beach towels and stuff and laying on it?
Well, if you go up toward like where the back toward like the parking area or the road, whatever, that was more sandy. And I would imagine because it was probably trucked in, or that's just how it is. But down as you got in toward the water, it was more rocky, but it was rocks you could actually walk on because they weren't sharp. They were all very smooth.
So better than the broken up shells.
Oh yeah. Oh, much better. But it was really cool to see, like, over the course of about 10 days, just the difference in, beaches, considering like the Gulf and then 2 on the coast with the Atlantic. So pretty neat. But
all right, so what are we going to talk about, guys? This is another one we're just kind of flying into it. Do we dare talk about Chupacabra, or do we want to do our gimmicks?
I don't know, Rich. What are you feeling?
Either one's fine.
Or do we want to talk about? I don't know, Rich. You know what? It's your birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You get to pick the topic today.
Oh,
and after our text thread yesterday, this is probably pretty
probably
dangerous.
probably not a great idea, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, let's go with it.
I'm looking through our thread.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I was camping, so I was half ignoring most of it.
Yes.
Yeah, because if a little kid would have looked over your shoulder and read some of that stuff, you'd have had a lot of questions to answer.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Tom, what's Nubian?
Yeah.
Let's just go. We were actually camping with the Cub Scouts. Are you like a Scoutmaster?
No. Okay. My son just happens to be in it, but I tend to help out quite a bit.
Okay.
I work in education, so I don't know any other way.
Gotcha.
But I will say our Scoutmaster is cool as hell. So he's a good dude.
My mom's calling me because I never called her when I got home. I'm home. I'm talking with Bob. We're on a thing. And Tom.
Okay. I'm glad you're safe, Carter.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
That's awesome.
So Richie's mom made an appearance.
Yeah,
on the
that's
show
right.
now.
There you go.
That's right.
Okay. You tell her she's famous.
Yep.
For like 8 people.
Infamous.
That maybe that'll be the one that boosts us to like 100. So that'd be good. Now it's funny, the whole scout thing now, it's very just apolitical, religious. There's nothing really, tying knots and doing all the stuff you would think of. More they're little, like in the Cub Scouts, so there's not a whole lot that goes on there in that regard, but now it's been a good experience for my son. So I've enjoyed it too, because I was not a scout at all. I didn't do any of that. So he just needed an activity, and this worked out really well. So did you find a topic there, Rich?
None of them we can probably use, but going back through them, there are some good ones here. So if I ever do a solo show, that'll be great.
I'm on board with Gregorio Unchained. I think that
you knock it out. Like I said,
we planned like 30 some episodes here.
Yeah.
Here's some episode 8. What in the butt? That was a good one. That was a team. That was a teamer one. Episode 5 is just 7 hours of fart noises and moaning. Something subtitled AM or ASMR for the deaf.
Isn't that an album that came out recently?
It could have been. I don't know.
I feel like that is the name of an album that came out recently.
No, you're like, there is a there's that Queens of the Stone Age album,
Songs for the Deaf. Maybe I'm thinking that. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking that, because that's all. That's pretty good too. I personally like the one. I don't remember which episode it was, but what is Richie sticking his dick in now? But all right. If we're not gonna go with this one, which Rich, seriously though, do some Gregorio Unchained, record them and send them to me, and I'll put them up. I don't give a fuck. You know, we can do that. That can be a whole nother subgenre, just like our looks like our Noise Brigade presents.
Yeah, it'll work out well because I'll be gone for a while. So
Episode 18. What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? I've never paid a woman a garbanzo bean on me. Yeah.
No, I've never paid.
Yeah.
I've never paid for a garbanzo bean on me. Never paid for a garbanzo bean on me because I've never paid for a chick. I've never paid to have a garbanzo bean on me. I've never paid to have a chickpea on me. So that would be the other one. That would be the other one. So that's
that's good.
It took us way too long to get to that punchline. But
I
I had heard that one. That was good.
You mentioned Chupa Cabra and Gimmicks, right?
Yeah.
Chupa Cabra.
If I'm putting anything, I'm good with either way. So
Chupacabras are those Mexican lollipops, right? That you get on Halloween.
They're Italian.
Are they Italian? Oh,
yes,
okay.
they're Italian. You fuck.
Fair enough.
We could throw that into a Cryptids 3.
We could. What, Chupa Chupa or Chupacabra, Chupa Libra?
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm good. Whatever. If you want to do whatever.
All right, I'm gonna step away for a second and go clear out my nasal passage. You guys figure out what we're gonna do and surprise me when I get back.
Episode 24 is the one where I gush about my love for the BBC, and I'm not talking about British television.
Doctor Who's putting it in my butt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still think you should do the Samwell episode.
Which one?
What? Yeah. 2 hours on Samwell's career.
Why don't monsters eat ghosts?
Oh boy. Why don't monsters eat ghosts?
Because they taste like shit.
Oh. My goodness.
Come on, that was good.
It was a good one, but
that was good, God damn it.
Let's talk about goat suckers.
Why shouldn't guys have more than one rooster?
I feel like I know the answer to this, but I don't.
Because a cockadoodle do.
Why
didn't Helen Keller's dog come when he called her?
Oh, damn it, I know this one.
Because you wouldn't either if your name is
Jesus Christ.
I'm a good person in real life. This is just my podcast. Anyone listening?
No, he's not. Don't fucking listen to him. Oh, I mean, don't fucking listen to him. The 8 people who are listening.
Okay.
How many of them are us?
Yeah, it's probably just me testing it out in different ways.
I listened to a couple of the episodes I wasn't on.
Does it work on Google Podcasts?
I'm gonna listen to the one we recorded that's in the can that's gonna post on the 19th. So the one that's posted right before this one. It's the one that we had to hack up.
Yeah. So
Tom had to hack up.
Which one was that?
I sat through. That was the one we did last
week.
It was last week. Like the last time we recorded. I had to chop out about 4.5 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not a hack job. That's that sounds good. We should see if we can double that.
Well, I want to listen to the one where Danielle's mom yells
at me.
Yeah. That one that one posted last week.
Yeah, that was you just did the Richie's Desert Island.
Yeah. See, I've got them set up to auto post at this point since we're ahead of the game. But once we're caught back up, like after you go on vacation and everything, we'll have to well, hopefully I'll have it a couple lined up to put in there.
We may have a downtime at some point, but we're going so far and out, like the long, like we're going to be gone for half a month. And it's like the
Wow.
longest we're staying anywhere is 4 nights. So it's like 1 night, 2 nights, 1 night, 2 nights,
Right.
So it's just going. Plus it's camping, like with my camper. So it's
Yeah.
Right.
a lot more work.
So that's the perfect time for me and Richie to record, and Richie, for you to start throwing out some Gregorio Unchained.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe that's what we're just going to call the episodes where it's just you and I.
Should I just
it's-
record some shit and throw it to one of you guys to post?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
shoot
throw it
it
to
to
him.
me and I'll.
Edit this how you see fit.
Well, I'm
I
not going
won't
to
edit
edit it.
Bob
No,
won't
I
edit.
won't edit it.
Oh,
Fuck
I
that.
only edit for myself. So
Yeah.
well, I
I'm not
kind of
gonna
had
edit
to
it.
the last time.
I mean, I guess I'll have to now.
Tom
because
wants to keep working for that school.
I know because
Yeah.
I know now that Richie knows that I won't edit, I'm gonna have to edit because I'm sure he's gonna put something on there like,
Episode 9 was Fuck My Cohorts, Noise Brigade Insurrection, January 6th and July.
oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to edit some shit. But yeah, send them to me and then I'll put them up. And I'm sure we've put to sleep 4 of our 8 listeners. So let's talk about something. Let's
do
talk
gim-
about.
You want to do gimmicks?
Let's do gimmicks.
Let's do gimmicks.
The gimmicks,
I like-
because one that I really liked that failed fucking horribly is actually wrestling Danhausen soon. Kevin Thorne as Mordecai.
Ooh.
And I thought that the Mordecai character, I thought that was in a story, maybe not with anybody else, but as a storyline, I felt like that could have really worked against the Undertaker, where you have the dark versus the light, and I feel like that could have really worked. And coming out of that, maybe he works elsewhere. I don't know. I don't know if he's necessarily maybe a one-off character, but I felt like that could have been done a lot better than what we ended up getting.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I don't have very many. Again, that's fine. I guess that's why, because the character kind of flopped out. It's like I don't really have many vivid memories that way. So yeah, I think that's one that had a lot of potential, and they just went nowhere with it.
Right.
But
Another one that just failed for the WWE was Paige's character of porn star / sexy e-chick girl. Because they just let her go. Apparently that wasn't working out.
Yeah, that did.
Did you guys see her statement today?
No.
It wasn't her idea. It was they just had nothing to do or nothing for her to do. Right?
Well, no, different.
Another one? Okay.
This is the healthiest I've felt, and I can't wait to get back in the ring.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. So, Will should be all elite.
Dude, I would have to imagine.
I've never seen her wrestle, but I've seen her go at it with Xavier Woods.
Yeah, wasn't there a video of her, Xavier Woods, and Brad Maddox or something like that?
Oh,
I have no idea who the third one was, but yeah, there was 2 other people.
Yeah, so that was interesting, and it's fun. Look, man, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Woods. I love Woods. I love Up, Down, Down. I love everything like New Day. I love everything he's done. Hey, man, more power to him. But he was married at the time, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's not good there. Speaking of the gimmick thing, and you said Brad Maddox reminded me, and I can't say this is a gimmick, but we're gonna kind of paint with a wide brush here. How about Mike Adamley's stint as Raw general manager?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was, I mean,
that's close to a gimmick, right? I mean, it's Raw general manager.
I'm gonna call it a gimmick in here. And you know what? I think it's great. It was a great troll job by the company on the fans because he was so hated and he sucked so fucking bad. But like,
And
I don't
now,
know, man.
Jeff Harvey.
Yeah, Rich, you weren't watching it so they had this dude,
No,
Mike
I was not.
Adamley, who he comes out and he couldn't say the guy's names right. He called Jeff Hardy Jeff Harvey. I'm trying to remember who else he fucked up, but like they were legit fuck ups. Like, and then they started scripting him to get heat.
Okay.
But he was terrible. He was fucking terrible.
Yeah, he was. It was almost so bad that it was funny, but then when as soon as they started, you could tell that as soon as they started scripting it, it just got way worse. They're just unwatchable. But yeah, that was I don't know. They've had that whole like I don't know leader role basically since Vince in the Attitude Era. And it just kind of carried on, and for whatever reason, he got kind of handed the torch there. What 12, 13 years ago? Something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And yeah, pretty bad.
Wasn't Mankind? Not Mankind. I can't think of his name.
Mick Foley.
Thank you. Wasn't he like a GM for a while?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
a
During the
GM.
split or something? Yeah.
Austin
one of the-
was at one point.
Foley's one of the better ones too, the way they handled it.
Foley did really well with it. They've had a rotating cast of people who off and on were. They had the anonymous GM, which that honestly could have been.
It was a cool concept, but it just really they did nothing with it. I mean,
And then it ended up being frickin' Hornswoggle.
yeah, exactly. They did nothing with it. I mean,
So speaking of New Day and Hornswoggle, I was watching online on YouTube the New Day podcast, and they were talking about how they had Hornswoggle on, and he used to ride with them, and he used to just bully the shit out of Big E. And at one point, Big E got fed up with it, and they're walking into one of the buildings, and Hornswoggle's walking in front of him, and he does a running kick and just boots the fuck out of Hornswoggle. Just punted his ass, and he said he went flying and landed on his belly and slid like a penguin.
it does not surprise me.
Yeah.
All
right, what other gimmicks we got?
I don't know, Rich. Do you remember any from whenever you were watching that you were just like, I just absolutely hate this. This failed out. This whatever.
Or that you loved and they did shit.
Yeah.
When they rebooted EC, this is more of the hate, but when they rebooted ECW on the Sci-Fi Channel and they brought out like a zombie or a mummy or whatever
the zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to what I really liked, I liked the this was just on something else I was watching. It reminded me of it, but the right to censor when you had like Stevie Richards and all those guys do the we have to be clean and PC, like when they were doing Kelly doing the strips and kind of bringing her out and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, Molly Holly as whatever her character was called. Ivy. Yeah.
No. Ivory.
Ivory.
She wasn't the same as Molly Holly.
No.
No. But
Ivory
Molly
was,
Holly was in it though, I think. But yeah.
If I remember correctly, Ivory, and I can't remember her name, but she was in the original Glow.
She was.
Yes, she was. Yep.
But yeah, no, that was a great group with Steven, Bull Buchanan, some of these other people that just, but I love the concept.
Val Venus.
Yeah, Val was in it. Yeah, I absolutely hated it though, but that was a great thing though. I hated it. I hated it because I don't know, because that was that's how much heat they drew.
Yeah.
But no, it's and it could work so well now. It really could. I think it was kind of a bit ahead of its time, honestly.
I don't know if it was the gimmick or not, but I always loved the Brooklyn Brawler too, and I know he was just a glorified jobber. It was fun watching him as a kid.
And that's actually what made me think about this topic. Was the
he had a couple other characters too. I think
Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
Yeah.
The Goon.
Yeah, the Goon. Yeah.
One man gang.
Well, it wasn't okay. No, going back to the Brooklyn Brawler though, wasn't he Knuckleball Schwartz? Wasn't that him?
Oh yeah, yes, he was.
Yeah, and he was
pretty sure.
Wasn't he in Demolition too?
Not the original. That was Darso and the heck was those guys' names? Barry Darso and
You may I know this is going way not off topic, but just you mentioned One Man Gang, and that had me think of Akeem, the African Dream.
Yes. There's another one though.
Yes.
That's like
It
dude,
got over, but yeah.
I did. It did.
That's Typhoon,
Well, I
right?
mean,
It was, or one of those guys. I think it was Typhoon.
that was
Earthquake. It wasn't
no. Who
Earthquake.
the
Oh, it
hell
was a one
was?
man gang.
Yeah, it
the
was
same
one man
guy,
gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same guy, and it was making fun of. Well, it was making fun of Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a
That
king.
was the
Yeah,
whole
and
bit.
it was the greatest part about that was the fact that his manager was slick.
Slick. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
God, because I mean, I'm thinking like I look back and I think of guys like what's his name, the Red Rooster,
oh,
and
Terry Taylor's
like,
just awful.
yeah,
Ugh.
Coco Beware, who I loved. I've got nothing bad
Yeah.
to say. But what a terrible gimmick! I'm a dude with like colorful hair that comes to the ring with a parrot.
It's better
Like,
than the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman just came out and ate worms, and
that's true.
that's pretty
But
much
the
it.
Boogeyman's still getting bookings.
Ah,
He's still doing, dude. He's still doing business all this time.
You realize
So-
that guy is like he's got some years on him.
Mhm.
He's not a young guy.
No.
I got to look this up because he
Is-
is.
is Sad Virgil a gimmick, or is that just life?
That's just life, dude.
He's on he's on Cameo. I was debating having him do, because he's relatively cheap. He could do promos for the podcast.
Oh, that would
Yes.
be awesome.
Yes, please, dude. I'll tell you what. That's such a smart idea.
Sky Blue's on there now too.
Yeah, but I don't want a signed pair of
I
her
could pay her
underwear.
to say whatever I want now.
I'm sure, yeah, but I'm sure there's some kind of filter where, like, if you say certain things, they can say no.
There is, yeah. They can, but the fact
Are
that she
you
just has to
allowed-
read, she has to read everything I send her at least to say no.
Is that why you send everything that you write to her on a piece of stationery that's actually using your nude picture as the background?
Yes, yep.
So, I wonder, can you use, like, I wonder if there's some kind of copyright or whatever on that.
There's when you I was looking at Cameos. There's a reason why I know this. There's two tiers. One of them is a personal use tier, and one of them is a business use tier. And like, so a lot of them, it's like, well, Virgil I know is $50 for the personal one, and then like $300 for the business use one. But like Sonny Rose, that's his name. I keep getting his name wrong.
Sonny Kiss?
He's
Funny kiss.
yeah, thank you, Sonny Kiss. He's $50 each. So we could I could do $50.
Yeah,
You know?
dude, I'll throw money in.
I was
if
gonna say
want-
we could pull on that one.
Yeah, I'll throw money in to do
But
some.
I just like Virgil just because it was Virgil. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
This works.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is funny.
But
Yeah.
like,
We
I'm
gotta get
wondering.
him quick though too, because I think he's dying. So we have to get him.
Oh yeah,
fast.
yeah, he's got cancer
Yeah.
or something. So
Yeah,
Does he really?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so here you go.
Which is
Speaking of,
And you may not believe this, but he can't afford to pay his medical bills and has a GoFundMe.
it's not surprising.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking
I
of
mean, well,
bad
that's the
gimmicks,
thing.
though.
Like real quick, like that's the thing. Like, people don't get, and what pisses me off when they talk about, you know, when they call wrestlers out for selling out or for charging this for pictures or charging that for autographs and whatnot. Dude, these guys, the ham and eggers, the regular dudes, they don't get money. They don't get benefits. They need this money. So if you're shitting on wrestlers for wanting money for, you know, for appearances and pictures and autographs and shit, stop. Just stop. Do you
Yeah.
do your job for free? No. And honestly, I don't care. I mean, if they're out in public, they're doing whatever they're doing for you is they're working, you know?
What
So,
I like
fuck
though is the stories of Virgil just showing up places uninvited with his placard and his stack of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is funny. But
Yes.
but by and large,
I've seen him. I
do
do horror conventions and comic book. Well, I haven't done a comic book show in a while, but he'll show up for a horror convention for whatever reason. He'll just be over in a corner. Barely now, I know that he may not have been invited to them, but that's cool.
No, hey, listen, man, he's doing what he's got to do.
Oh yeah.
The funny thing though, and you're talking about, like, you know, Bob, you brought up a good point with the amount of money. You know, look, even whenever there was like a hotbed of this stuff going on in the 80s, 90s, and kind of really coming to the forefront, you know, a lot of these guys that were like not even, you know, obviously in the WWF, WCW, whatever. I mean, you read some of these, like, autobiographies and stuff. they'd wrestle like 10, 15 matches and make like $200, and they would
They
be
had
the
to be
ones.
like a big name. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to drive and like $200 for the 2 weeks of wrestling 10 to 15 matches. And like they'd have to be responsible for driving to the show. So there'd be 4 or 5 guys sharing a hotel room.
They're gas, they're lodging. This being the
Mhm.
'80s, all the coke. Yeah, steroids.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no ongoing salary for a lot of those mid guys. So yeah, I've never looked the other way
Independent
with that.
contractors, no health
Exactly.
insurance, no 401k, no none of that.
Yeah, you want $20 for a picture? That's fine. Like I'm never gonna look that away. Yeah, you hit that dead on, man. Like that. Yeah. I mean, look, there's one thing for a personality like a John Cena, to say, oh, I'm charging $5,000 for my picture. But it's another thing for someone like Virgil to be like, look, $25 for a picture, because Virgil needs it.
Right. No,
John
like
doesn't.
legitimately. Yeah. I mean, John Cena doesn't need it. The guy like The Rock doesn't need it. Those guys, Stone Cold. There's these guys that are just marketable stars that have been there, have been to the mountaintop,
And they're still drawing. Yeah, they're still
marketable
drawing
name,
some kind of income off something.
Right.
all,
Stone
all,
Cold.
all John Cena's pictures are blank too, because you can't see them.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's why I wouldn't pay for a picture with John Cena, because you can't see him.
All you gotta do is take a selfie.
Right.
Be
They're like,
"This
hey,
is
look at me. It's me and John Cena.
Exactly.
But the other one that I was thinking, and this is the biggest one, Bray Wyatt. And you can go either Bray Wyatt or The Fiend. But how those two, and even when Alexa Bliss took on the Fiend persona, if you want to say that, like there's all these there's so many missed opportunities with him. You can extend that to even though he hasn't been a part of it yet, and I don't think he will now at this point, but the Dark Order, with those kind of gimmicks, with those kind of things, there's so many missed opportunities, and it shows that it's not just WWE that doesn't know how to do it correctly. But once, rest his soul, once Brody Lee passed, they were able to play a little bit of the sympathy angle with Dark Order and kind of throw them in places, but I think they never really got their due. Especially with Stu Grayson gone from the company. I don't think they ever will. I think they're going to those guys will slowly fade. I think that, John Silver
They're already
and
pulling. Yeah, they're pulling out Anna. Though it seems like they're pulling out Anna, whatever the hell her name is, too, because she's
Anna
now
Jay.
going for the. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Anna Jay is going to get taken out of the group. They've already gotten rid of Colt Cabana. They got rid of Stu Grayson. I think Alex Reynolds and John Silver are going to be pulled separate. And then it's really just Uno and Alan Angels and Preston Vance, I just don't see. I don't know what they're going to do with it going forward. Which sucks because I really liked that group, but
it's a shame. But going back to you mentioned too, real quick on the Bray Wyatt stuff. That's the thing. I think, unfortunately, like, and Rich, you mentioned earlier with the whole zombie thing on Sci-Fi Channel, the supernatural stuff just for 99% of the time, not talking about the Undertaker,
right?
He's off the table. Pretty much everything else, though, just does not work in wrestling. And unfortunately, like, I love Bray Wyatt whenever he was introduced as Bray Wyatt with the Wyatt family, and the holding the lantern and all that. His entrance was very Undertaker-like. It wasn't as great as the Undertaker's, obviously, but it was up there for me. Like, between him doing that and Balor doing the Demon, like, absolutely loved it.
Well, isn't that what they're trying to do with Malachi Black in that group too? Like a light version of that?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that comparison being made.
If they were smart, they would have made the Danhausen the thing that they pray to. Like, they would turn out the lights, turn it back on, like Danhausen would be. Just make him pure evil. Awesome. Get rid of the comedy. Just do evil Danhausen.
No, he did that.
Very evil. No, nice. Did he do that before?
He did that though, and it didn't go well.
Yeah, I think at this point he's going to be one of those that's hard pressed. He's got to have some kind of face happiness to him. So
yeah,
But when Wyatt becomes the Fiend,
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
it was cool for a minute, and then it just yeah, because it went that supernatural stuff. I mean,
Right.
look back at the Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins, and that's basically your downfall right there. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hit in the head with a toolbox full of tools 7 times and still be alive. Doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no,
And
I agree, and that's kind of where I was going with that. Like, I feel like when they took Bray Wyatt and turned him into the Fiend, I thought the Fiend was kind of a cool character, but it doesn't fit.
right,
And
and
you
the
know,
red,
Bray Wyatt.
the ambiance was terrible too. The red lighting, oh,
Oh yeah, the fucking red light. How you gonna turn on the goddamn red light and expect people to see the damn match, especially in a cage?
mm-hmm.
Like, don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're talking about WWE.
Yeah.
All my references are going to be old because, like I said, it's been a while since I've watched it. But going back to Dustin Runnels and Gold Dust, that was
I love
awesome at the time.
Goldust.
Yeah.
Ooh, so yeah, what's your take on Gold Dust, Rich? I'm curious on this one.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I like how he kind of started as a whole gay panic kind of character and just kind of was molded into whatever you want to call that. Like, I see him now and I'm like, you're okay, but I want you to go back to Gold Dust. Put the makeup back on, the full makeup.
Yeah. Well, I liked it when I see.
I don't get,
Goldust,
everyone in AEW's got half makeup, and I don't understand that. Like, everybody, it's weird. It's like you really afford
they've
so
got
much
a lower
makeup.
budget.
They can only afford
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, they've got a lower budget. They can only afford half of it. But no, because Sting uses the full makeup.
You're
and
right.
He gets the full, he gets the full budget.
When
and
Danhausen
Danhausen.
were doing mimes too, they were wearing the full makeup, I guess. So
Yeah.
I like their evil mime look, though. I thought that was kind of cool.
The other thing that I thought with Bray Wyatt is they could have brought him in. I feel like AEW kind of missed the boat with bringing him in. I don't know that he comes back to wrestling at this point and makes the same impact he had before.
He's teasing something, though, on his Twitter.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be in a horror movie. I think he's going to have a Fiend-like character in a horror movie.
I think he's going to be acting now.
Yeah, but getting back to Goldust, I think my favorite Goldust was with. Did you just do the Goldust?
I did, yeah. The little hit standard, yeah.
When it was him and R-Truth as the Golden Truth.
Oh yeah,
that was fantastic. And then of course Stardust, and Stardust sucked.
See, I wasn't watching that with Stardust, so I can't speak. But him and Melina, was that the woman he was with? That was cool. When he had him and his wife. Yeah.
Oh, Goldust and Marlena.
Marlena, that's it. Yeah.
So Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, yeah.
I know Cody Rhodes. I know Cody Rhodes now, yeah, but not as I know he did the whole, like, it was the Stardust character, but I never watched any of that.
Which honestly, if we're being honest, when he was with the Ascension and they were the Cosmic Wasteland, I fucking loved it. And I wish they would have done more with that. I wish they would have sorted that out, because I think that could have been an awesome gimmick for the three of them. But when they brought up the Ascension from NXT and ruined them, I could see that no matter what they did for the rest of their WWE tenure, it was just going to be garbage.
Yeah, that was like the glory days of NXT too, because you had all this great talent coming up, and pretty much everything just ran into a wall.
Yeah.
Outside of like Kevin Owens and Sammy, really everything else just fell apart. Finn to a degree, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I mean, now they've got him as the leader of the Judgment Day, but which apparently the reason Edge left that, speaking of supernatural stuff, is they want to take that stable in a supernatural way, and Edge was like, yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah. I said Finn to a degree, and Danielle just shot me a look like she's gonna kill me.
Well, I mean, honestly, they have kind of screwed
Don't
Finn.
Don't talk about my future ex-husband like that.
Hey, I love Finn Balor.
She can hear you.
I love Finn Balor. I've got several Finn Balor shirts.
Yeah, she does too. So I I need to be careful on what I say.
Richie's got the Finn Balor body pillow.
Oh, whoa, what were the
The wrestling buddies.
wrestling
Yeah.
buddies, yeah. All right, let's go back to an old one though, because you mentioned friggin' Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster. Ugh.
Or you talk about Sparky Plug.
I was going to say the gobbledygooker.
Oh gosh, yeah. The good
Bastion
old
Booger.
Bastion Booger. Ugh.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Yeah.
Wait, TL Hopper.
TL Hopper's was it Skinner, the Repo Man? Speaking of
Repo
demolition, Repo Man was.
Oh, that's who it was. That's who
Yeah.
it was. Repo Man was in Demolition.
Thank you.
That's who it was.
Yeah, no, that was just awful. I don't know.
I like the Repo Man.
It was,
He was
Hey,
dumb.
don't let
but I
Simon
liked it.
Miller hear you talking shit on the Repo Man.
ugh. Okay, he wasn't as bad
What?
as some stuff, but
Isaac Yankel.
PDS. Yeah, talk about awful
How about
gimmicks.
the cat as Mini China?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
was she
yeah,
called?
I forgot about that.
Did she have a name besides the
No,
cat?
I think she was just a cat.
No, I think it was a
She
cat.
dressed like yeah.
Well, and then you have Asia in WCW at the same time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Boy, we could go through ECW. They got a lot of them. I like. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
The FBI.
It was the guy who was just an evil Amish guy. Roadkill.
Oh,
Roadkill.
Amish Roadkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Chickens.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny Dorn and Roadkiller. That's one of my favorite tag teams.
Sign
Yeah.
guy Dudley.
Sign guy, yeah.
Dances with Dudley.
Dances with Dudley.
Yeah,
And now one of my favorite gimmicks in ECW that I really wish would.
Transit.
Mass Transit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's not talk about Mass Transit.
Actually, that was probably one of the first times we ever recorded. We talked about Mass Transit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite gimmicks
R.I.P.
of
New
all
Jack.
time in ECW though was Simon Diamond, and I loved it because it was very simple. Because he was very obviously arrogant. He was Ric Flair, right? That was his. But he always had these like this entourage of different people around him. Like he had Jason, that was one of his entourage members, and Nicole Bass was around. And every once in a while, he brought this like big bodybuilder out, and his name was Dick. And yeah, so
Big
you can
Dick
imagine.
Dudley?
No. And actually, speaking of that guy, Big Dick Dudley, you remember what his finishing move was called?
No.
Just think of Joey Styles saying it right now.
Dude, I'm drawing a blank.
Total penetration.
Oh my God.
That's Big Dick with total penetration. Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
So
Out
you
of
had-
all the things that have stuck in my head, I don't know how that fell out.
yeah, you need to remember that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how total penetration came out of my head.
Yeah, but yeah, because he also did the big dick driver too. That was another one of his moves. But the Simon Diamond game was always my favorites just because of the arrogance and stuff. Because it was later in ECW too, so it worked well. But when you have your obvious ones, I mean, who doesn't love the Sandman? That's one of the greatest gimmicks of all time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Raven,
yeah.
big Raven fan.
Oh, Raven was great. Raven was one of the few people too that was able to take the gimmick, and it worked in WCW as well for a while.
The Brood,
with the the Flock. Yeah, it was him and Billy Kidman and a couple of those other guys. But that worked really, really well there too. But yeah, there's a whole feud with Tommy Dreamer. Oh, in ECW.
Oh yeah, everything with Tommy Dreamer was great.
Yeah, I'm a big Dreamer guy, and I don't know that Dreamer even has a gimmick. I think that's just him.
No, he's
he's just him.
Yeah, let's see who else in ECW. FU Bob, you mentioned FBI.
Yeah, FBI.
Who's not to love Tracy Smothers in the FBI?
Tracy Smothers is clearly the most Italian person in there.
I mean, the greatest part about that whole group, at least the iteration that I remember the most, because I started watching it. You know, they had a JT Smith. Obviously, was not Italian either, but at
He
all.
was Sicilian.
Yeah. but you'd have little Guido, Tracy Smothers, and then the big Don, Tommy Rich, who Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers are probably the most Southern people on the planet. And they were 2/3 of the FBI.
So fucking good. Coming to the ring to a disco version, or like a super disco version of Staying Alive.
Yeah. Yeah, by Entrance. I know that one.
Yep. I have that on my, it's in my iTunes. It's actually on my phone, I think, too.
Yeah, we'll have to do a show on themes at one point, because that was that's where you can steal
Follow
some
your,
steal some of my old content that I recorded 15 years ago.
yeah, there we go.
But no, I don't know. Richie, I'm just all three of us.
That was one of the first, well, not first, but the ECW CD like lived in my car forever. Hardcore music volume, or whatever the one that had Respect on it, and that was one of a kind.
Which is so funny because most of that CD was nothing but covers.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the rights to all of it. So,
Right. So, yeah. Well, that's like, did you guys see that video of RVD wrestling in Japan recently where they used his WWE music?
Saw that. Yes.
No.
They were just playing it. They're like, copyright. Who gives a shit?
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing I love. I think that's the thing that's missing too. AEW does a great job with it. And they really like is actually bringing in and utilizing, band, music.
I loved that they had Rancid play Ruby Soho to the ring.
Exactly. Or, Cody, has carried it over with using the down straight. He's carried it over to the WWE, but that or Jericho using himself, which is awesome.
Yeah, I like how they brought the Hardys music back with them when they started teaming up in AEW again.
Well, the Hardys bought their music.
Yeah,
they own their theme, so whatever they wrestle, they can use it. So
yeah, they're probably one of the few acts that could probably afford buying the rights to stuff.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, I love it because I was not expecting it because I was there the first night that Jeff was in AEW, and I heard the actual music. I'm like, get the fuck out! It's like they got the actual rights, and then I found out afterwards they actually own the song.
I don't know if we talked about it, but when the Young Bucks came out dressed as the Hardys with Lita and Gangrel, that was great.
That was cool.
Yes, I saw that. That was fantastic.
That was really cool. Yeah, I don't think we've talked about any of that stuff, but that was I was super excited about that. I'm happy whenever Gangrel shows up because I think he was a phenomenal guy, and I think that he got, didn't get the attention he deserved when he was in WWE. But
hey, he could reform the Brood with Edge now that he's out of Judgment Day, so have him go back over to WWE.
Yeah, but then you got to get Christian.
What's Christian doing these days? I mean, I know he's in AEW, but you can pry him away.
We'll see. It looks like he might actually be. There's some dissension in the ranks in Jungle Express, who he's with right now. He's kind of their manager. So,
yeah, that's what Vince would do. Let's get the Brood back together.
I know what the kids want. Damn it! They want the Brood and rampant sexual assault. Well, not assault, but I couldn't think of the word that I was actually thinking of.
All right, close enough.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's probably what Vince thinks kids want anyway, because he's Vince and he's fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any more good gimmicks or bad gimmicks anyone wants to throw out there?
What'd you say, Rich?
Puppies. The kids want puppies.
Puppies, yes. The kids want the king. The geriatric fuck screaming about puppies.
HLA, was that the hot lesbian action? Was something in the WWF, wasn't it?
Yeah, what the?
Yeah, wrong. I don't remember something like that. Yeah, I don't remember.
No, you're right. That was
I remember
something.
PMS, the Pretty Mad Sisters.
Yeah, what was that? I need
What
to look that
was-
up now. You're triggering memories now. I gotta
Yeah,
think.
there's something to that, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, that was. It's funny. The first actual link that comes up is HLA, Hall of Shame, Online World Wrestling. Yeah, that's right. You know, that was an Eric Bischoff thing. It was when he first
Okay.
came to WWE.
Jerry Lawler isn't still in. Does he still do commentary?
Here and there, he's on like a lot of the
Okay.
pre-shows and stuff,
Gotcha.
and he's always fucking cringeworthy.
Oh
Like-
yeah, he's. You're not
Yeah.
changing. I mean, it's just like Ric Flair. Ric Flair's not going to change.
Right.
You bring him
No.
back, he'll be the same guy. Yeah.
Still pulling it out and doing the helicopter dick.
Yep. Good old Flair. Yeah, you guys. Rich, you watched Dark Side of the Ring, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I should. I mean, I know all
Oh,
about that
dude.
episode, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
well,
gotta-
well worth your time. That's a shame. I think they've shelved the series.
Stopped
but
it. Yeah.
Yeah, well worth your time. Bob and I talked about it on here several times. I probably watched every episode like 4 or 5 times. I love it.
You know what we got to do too soon is the episode. We got to watch that movie that I sent you guys, the 5-hour documentary on
Yeah.
80s science fiction.
I don't know if it's a gimmick or if it's just. It's got to be a gimmick, but the Iron Sheik, just in general.
Oh, dude
Like,
lives the gimmick.
Dude,
Yeah.
his Twitter might be one of the. His
Oh,
Twitter
it's
probably
awesome.
is the best.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
Oh, I
every
love
day, it's just like something about fucking Hulk Hogan.
yeah, exactly.
Fuck Hulk Hogan. Yes.
Yep.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan. He is
You
the
want to match
jabroni for
my
real.
dick, Hulk Hogan? Yes, it's just stuff like that.
And-
He had a good documentary on. I don't know if it was Amazon or Netflix or one of them, but it was like him and his daughter. Like his daughter did a lot. It was good.
Oh yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
was on. It wasn't him, but I didn't realize that he
On
was
The Rock?
friends with. Yeah, on the Young
Yeah.
Rock show. Like he was around The Rock a lot when he was little. Him and Andre and all of them. And I didn't realize it. I should have.
It makes
But-
sense. Yeah, based on age.
like
Yeah.
Alpha and Sika and all them, and then his dad being Rocky Johnson, obviously. So
There was a 1-season show. It was on A&E that it was WWE produced, but they go around and look for collectibles. And one of the
I
things
was
they
going to
look
mention
for-
that. I was just going to say they had
Yeah.
the Iron Sheiks. And it was Bob Backlund that had it. Talk about
Yes,
gimmicks.
yeah, had the club. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Bob Backlund is Howdy Doody.
Yeah, yes, that was cool. And they go after
he lived the gimmick too.
Yeah, that and one of his boots they come across
Yeah.
too, which was I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, it's not the best of shows, but it's kind of cool to see some of
I
the stuff
liked
they
it. It
go
was
after.
entertaining. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did like the Undertaker's purple gloves. I think was one of them.
Does
something
it
like
have
that,
the
yeah.
mask too?
May have been. Yeah, I think he found the mask while looking for the. They were looking for that and found something else.
They found
Yeah.
one of Andre's masks from whenever he was masked in Japan, which was really cool. That was, yeah, I think they and that one of his passports too. I think was kind of neat. They showed like how many places he had been, which is just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I think about it, that was pretty good actually.
Well, guys, before we close this out, should we sing to Richie?
No, that's okay.
I don't know. I think maybe we should. Tom, did you lose us?
No, I'm still here.
All right. Do we want to sing?
I don't know, Rich. It is your birthday.
I don't care. You guys do whatever you want to do.
Do you want a strip tease? Is that what it is? Is that what you're holding out for?
That's exactly what I want. All right. Oof.
Whoa.
All right, that's all you're
It
getting.
moved. It moved.
All right. Well, until next time, we have been the Noise Brigade. Check us out on all of the websites we have. There's a lot of them. HarambePox.com, BigBeefyShootyBoys.com, DoubleWideCoffin.com, NoiseBrigade.com, Noise Brigade Pod. HarleyQuinn8myballs.com and Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And until next time, we'll see you then.